Amazing. I'm Sari Cohen with Awards Buzz. Well, it's great to see you.
Great to see you too. How's it going?
Oh, good. This role, man, you are fantastic in this
Thank you. I
role.
appreciate that.
Um, Anytime you're stepping into something where you're dealing with true crime and somebody who is alive now and surrounded in controversy, I mean, what was your thought when you first got the news that you were going to be doing this?
So sorry. There's something happening at the door. Will you repeat the question for me?
Yeah. No, I said, what was your initial thought when you first knew you had to step into this character, this role?
Yeah, it was daunting. It's always, there's always a sense of responsibility that comes with playing a real person. So that can be nerve-wracking, but it's also affords you this wonderful opportunity to have a lot of stuff to base the character on, which is wonderful. I wasn't familiar with the case going in, so I really had to do a quick crash course on all things Murdaugh, and there's no shortage of information out there. We had an amazing team though that provided us with uh, genuinely a 500 page research document that you could navigate through based on character, on incidents with, timelines, court documents. It was really well compiled, and that kind of became the Bible for the show.
Mhm. Did you make a decision going into it? Because there's always that fine line between real life and this dramatization. Did
Yeah,
did you know what choice you were making going in, and did that change as things were evolving?
it definitely changed. It was really interesting to kind of do all the research and decide on, you know, my version of the character, and then the way that that shifted once we got on set and I watched what other people were bringing to it, was really drastic because Jason and Patricia lead this cast and they are both such powerhouses. It was insane to work with them, and they really had a an insane level of dedication and craft that they brought that really kind of raised the bar for everyone. I mean, we were fully doing improvs between scenes, and they were not dropping character. You didn't know if you were talking to Jason and Patricia or if you were talking to mom and dad, and it always kept you on your toes. And they'd throw different stuff at you on your coverage because they both, I think, really understand the medium, and they know that, we're getting as much coverage as we can so that the editors will be able to craft the best scene possible. So they're throwing different stuff at you and trying to get a rise out of you. And that's a really generous thing as an actor. And it's not something that you always encounter is, someone going that extra mile for you. And that made you want to give it back. And yeah, it was really kind of a masterclass in that way.
That's incredible. That improvisation in between is
Yeah.
really, really incredible.
Yeah,
Did
it was really cool.
did you have a moment, like whether it was doing that or while you were in a scene, that you really felt like you were stepping into Buster's shoes, like where you were present with Jason or Patricia, that really felt like that to you?
Yeah, there was a lot of moments like that. It's interesting for Buster's arc throughout the story because, in the beginning he's away at college, and he kind of fills his role halfway through the series and to the end in the aftermath of the murders. And it I'd say there was a really intense and uh beautiful in a way moment on set when he arrives at the scene of the murders. That was a really intense night on set. It's the middle of the night and you're arriving to set and everything is as it was that night. There's, you know, lights and ambulances and caution tape, and it was there was a real reverence that everyone brought to those more sensitive scenes in it, which felt really good because you felt taken care of, and that there was people were taking it seriously, the story that we were telling, which gives you space to kind of breathe and experience that, but it was really moving and more so than I imagined. You kind of are just showing up to work for the day, and then the way that that scene hit me was uh, really intense, and having Jason there to go through it with me. I mean, obviously in a very different way, and considering the story, but just as an actor, he was really generous that night, and yeah, that was a wonderful experience.
I can tell you as a viewer, you really feel it. I mean, as someone who knows the story and who
Mhm.
follow true crime, and then watching the way that you did this, I felt like I was seeing it for the first time. So
That's great.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's like something that audiences are gonna take away. There's something about stories like this where they can be kind of reduced to just how insane and salacious they are, and you see it in the headlines all the time, and you're seeing all these facts which are mind-blowing and awful, but what we wanted to do is, I think, provide a little bit more human context to the story, which makes it land that much harder when you actually understand it on that level of what it must have felt like to go through it. And I think audiences are going to really love that.
yeah. Well, did you feel, I mean, I guess with that, a level of responsibility with this
Yeah,
role? Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. No, and I don't think anyone took it lightly. These are recent events, and it's a really tragic story, and people are still reeling from this, especially in Buster's case. He lost his family, and that's a really, really hard thing to go through. And the thing that was great, I think, was that the whole team didn't shy away from that responsibility, which was really important to me. And you don't know that that's going to be the case going in. But it was such a sigh of relief when I realized that everyone involved was really set on, telling the story with care. And there were, conversations when we would shoot these scenes that were really intense and actually happened. There were conversations with the whole crew on those days or nights where we said, this is an important day, and let's give it the space that it needs, which was really, really valuable and gives you some freedom to actually go there.
What would you say you learned about yourself as an actor doing this?
Oh my gosh, so much. I mean, truly working with Jason and Patricia, like the things I learned about how to lead a set um, were invaluable, and I'll take them with me for the rest of my career. If I ever get that opportunity, it will be based on this experience and how they did it, because they brought, I mean, they always bring their A game. They're both just so incredible in everything they do, but they just fully immersed themselves and pulled everyone along with them and raised the bar for everybody. And yeah, it was a real masterclass in how it's done, and they're both just such generous actors.
So, if you could ask Buster Murdaugh any question without the cameras rolling or any consequences, what do you think you would ask him?
Um, it's an interesting question. It's such a sensitive thing. I think I hope that we did the story as much justice as we can in terms of staying true to what it must have felt like. Um, I think I would just want to ask him how he is, and I hope that he's okay, because it was a really tragic thing to go through.
Will, you are incredible. Thank you so much for taking the time to
Thank
come
you.
today.
Appreciate it. Great questions.
Oh, thank you.